Our predictions yesterday had come to a head when the jura began to move in search of its target. The search for the shinju has several purposes. Firstly, to eat their target, which is the heart of the person they cloned or someone close to the body. Secondly, one of the shinju, namely Shinju Jura, had another doubt that he wanted to know. That something makes him curious, so he wants to find Naruto immediately. We can say that these things are the things in Naruto's body. Then, their third goal, which is to target the bodies of Boruto and Kawaki, who are the two new iits'Nime. Shinju has become an iits'Nime predator, as confirmed by Shinju Jura himself. And their fourth goal is to achieve the final evolution or final change of form. Apparently, Shinju's fourth Ishiki version of Biju wasn't the last change to his Biju. There is one final change called Jura as their ultimate goal. When they get another shinobi's chakra target and eat Boruto and Kawaki, then that final change will appear. We don't know what their final evolution looks like yet, and it's definitely different compared to Kagaya's Biju. Kagaya's Biju did not have an ego of its own, and its final form before becoming the sacred tree seemed to be just like a monster. However, Ishiki's Biju already has its own ego, and I'm of the opinion that the final transformation will bring forth someone in human form as well, whether it's iits'Nime or things we don't know yet. Then, later, the Jura searches for Naruto and finds him after a tense moment. Naruto is helped by Kawaki to fight the Jura. It can be said that Kawaki's fight was rather difficult because he had to fight the Jura while protecting Naruto. Although Naruto wanted to fight together, he was already exhausted from the previous fight. Remember, this predicted battle between Kawaki and Jura I'm targeting to happen after Chapter 8, it might happen in Chapter 9, 10, or so on. However, for sure, it will happen soon, and the fight is certainly interesting. With an annoyed expression, Jura then said, "You really are an annoying lowly creature, iits'Nime like you I won't allow to take advantage of us anymore. I'm sick of being a tool for the iits'Nime, and now we'll be the highest up the food chain in this world." Jura got up after being hit hard by Kawaki. With that, Kawaki said, "Damn, why does this guy have some powers like me?" Kawaki then tried to absorb that power using his karma. In the midst of the absorption process, Jura immediately moved to use his limiter to try to hurt Kawaki directly. When Jura started to stab him with the black iron, Kawaki immediately shrank his own body. As a result, Jura again failed to attack Kawaki. Kawaki then appeared nearby, and they went back to their taijutsu battle. Kawaki, who had grown stronger, showed an epic taijutsu battle. Several times he almost put Jura in a corner with his arm that turned into karma. Jura, who has a limiter power, tries to use it to always avoid Kawaki. This battle is almost the same as when Boruto fought Code, where Code is too flexible to move around. Naruto, who saw them fighting, tried to remove the black iron. She began to feel pain, even as the iron slowly absorbed her chakra. Yambi then said, "I know this iron. And you once helped me when I was trapped by it." Naruto replied, "You're right, because this iron comes from Rinnegan's eye. It's faster and more dangerous than any iron ever possessed by Rinnegan Nagato." Naruto looks difficult when pulling out the iron because Jura is a Jubi, and it is only natural that the iron is quite strong because it comes from Rinnegan Jubi. Yambi then helped him from the inside by giving him a little of her chakra. So that when Naruto holds the iron, it is Yambi's chakra that is drained, not Naruto's. Naruto finally accepted his offer, and he immediately pulled the iron. Yambi was in pain because the effect was too great for him, but Naruto managed to let go and fell limply out of chakra. Naruto said, "Usually, it's Kurama who helps me through everything, but now I'm on my own. However, you and the other Biju still help me. I'm very grateful." Then, the scene switches to Mitsuki, who is seen arriving somewhere. Previously, he left the Ida place, and Kawaki was with him while doing something he wanted. He plans to catch up with Boruto. Finally, Mitsuki arrived somewhere. Previously, he left from the Ida place, he planned to catch up with Boruto. Mitsuki looked a little confused about what was happening to him. He stopped while thinking about the different attitudes of Kawaki and Boruto. She then compared them, and finally Mitsuki concluded that Boruto was better than Kawaki. He thought, "How far is the difference?" and then he walked towards Boruto's room. She asked, "What is it, Boruto? You seem to be thinking about something." Boruto, who was sitting, said, "Mitsuki, all that news is much more complicated. Because if you're Kawaki, he won't want to ally with Sasuke as well as the Mamakan from inside his body." Then, he said, "Stop this conversation, Boruto, and if you want to leave immediately, then hurry over there because I think the Shinju are a little closer to getting what they are looking for." Then, Boruto explained that the way he could get there was of course using the Hiraishin no Jutsu technique. But did Boruto previously mark Kawaki's body with Hiraishin? The answer is that it might have been on his body. Because until Chapter 7 yesterday it was not shown to us about how Boruto used Hiraishin. Does he also have the Hiraishin seal mark like Minato and Tobirama, or does he use other media as a way to move as seen in Chapter 3? However, that's not even certain. Think he used his karma, his palm had the karma logo, and maybe he had marked something using that. Then, Boruto answered Mamakan's remark by saying, "I've put a mark on her body." He didn't realize that my little words earlier had jumped onto Kawaki's body. That Hiraishin mark I had given through that little frog. Then, Boruto conveyed to Shikamaru if he was in the mood to do something. Boruto said, "Uncle, I'll be right back because now I have to do something important." Shikamaru looked surprised and asked what it was, but Boruto did not answer his question and immediately activated his Hiraishin. He appeared before Sarada and Samaire and took both women by surprise. Sarada then asked, "Are you okay, Boruto? Wasn't Mitsuki chasing you earlier, and where is she now?" Boruto replied, "Our business is done, and she is probably thinking about the son. I am sure that in the end, Mitsuki will realize that Kawaki was not his son all along. I'm here to say that I'll be following where Kawaki is. I have a bit of a bad feeling about what's going on with him." Boruto then activated his Hiraishin and immediately disappeared from in front of Sarada and Samaire. The scene then switches to the Kawaki dimension where the tension is ongoing and the Jura are still trading jutsu attacks. Occasionally, they make the dimension so chaotic. Kawaki then moved the large cubes in that dimension to try to attack the Jura with extra force. Jura, who possessed Rinnegan, once again blocked or stopped him with ease. Kawaki then moved away from him while thinking about the difficulty of fighting Rinnegan's eyes. Kawaki said, "Your eyes are really troublesome and it really makes me sick." Naruto, who was behind him, then said, "Rinnegan is the core eye of Jubi, and naturally it's quite difficult to defeat." After that, Jura instantly appeared in front of Naruto and threw Kawaki's body away. This is probably one of the techniques from his Rinnegan eye. Naruto activated Rasengan, but the Jura absorbed it and immediately wanted to eat Naruto. But the real hero finally appeared, Boruto with his sword. He immediately slashed both Jura arms to pieces. Jura was surprised and Boruto immediately picked up his father to retreat. While Boruto was carrying Naruto, he was suddenly surprised that it was his son. Boruto then put his father down while saying, "What, Dad, it's okay." Naruto, who was still a little shocked, was just silent looking at his son's face. Naruto finally saw a smile, but suddenly burst into tears because he felt emotion. Naruto said, "My hunch was right that Kawaki wouldn't be able to kill you so easily." Boruto saw that, smiling at his father, but when he looked at his mother, Boruto immediately became gloomy again because Hinata had not yet regained consciousness. The moment implies that after that touching moment, the scene has suddenly ended there. Maybe that's the information this time that I can convey to all of you. There are still many predictions or things that will happen in the future that we will discuss. If you like the discussion or facts from this Boruto manga, don't forget to always stay waiting and subscribe. I'm iits'Nime, see you in the next video. Bye bye guys.